Shedeur Sanders can win the Cleveland Browns starting QB job. Here's how from inside the building. At some point, a door to the Cleveland Browns starting job was going to open for Shedeur Sanders. Little did we know it would be before he took his first snaps in this week's full squad mandatory minicamp. That's effectively what happened last week, where the most intriguing quarterback competition in the NFL was basically described as a completely wide-open affair. So wide open that minicamp and training camp won't just end up shaping the starting spot. That will likely end up deciding the entire order of the quarterback depth chart, including the possibility that one of the rookies, either Dylan Gabriel or Sanders, is under center when Week 1 rolls around. That was the takeaway from Cleveland offensive coordinator Tommy Rees last week when he was asked if he could see any of the four Browns quarterbacks winning the starting job. I mean, yeah, you can see them all winning the job, I think, right? Rees said, in terms of the competition, we're so early in the process, we're so early in evaluating it. But yeah, I think we have a good group of guys that continue to push each other, and by the time September rolls around, we'll be ready to go. A QB rotation day by day has been kind of fluid. These days we have probably the most reps to go around, so we're able to balance them out. But all those guys have done a nice job coming to work and understanding that each day is going to be a little bit different rotationally. It's an evaluation process for us still, so we're just working through those as the days come. While vague and non-committal, and also rooted in the keep-it-positive vibes of most organized team activities, Rees did nothing to dispel the idea that the quarterback stack in Cleveland is up in the air. He did laugh when asked the question, though, likely because he knows it will be processed through the Shedeur prism. Right now, that seems to be how every bit of Browns quarterback news is focused. How does this impact Shedeur, and where does he stand in the hierarchy now? Those two questions are going to be incessantly beaten to death for the next 3 months, or however long it takes for head coach Kevin Stefanski to lock in the order of the quarterback depth chart. It will be spelled out in detailed reporting on how each quarterback handled their reps, who looks better running whatever grouping they're plugged into, and who begins to steadily take snaps with the first-team offense. Starting with this week's minicamp, some of those details will become less fuzzy as the Browns start installing at least some packages that they'll be working into shape in training camp. Right now, there's at least one finite piece of information to chew on. All the quarterbacks have a chance to be the starter when the season kicks off in September. For Sanders specifically, he's going to need some dominoes to fall in his favor that includes some things that are in his hands and some that aren't. After speaking with sources inside the Browns organization, here are the 3 factors that I believe weigh heaviest when it comes to Sanders' path to the starting job. First and foremost, Shedeur Sanders has to master the scheme, the verbiage, and the terminology. Physically, Sanders can start in the NFL right now. Despite all the talk about Colorado Buffalo's offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur utilizing a pro-style scheme that supposedly made Sanders more pro-ready than some other quarterbacks, I don't think that has proven to be the case. Not only is Sanders going to be mentally swimming with the complexity of an NFL offense, there is a lot of work to do with the basic terminology and verbiage utilized by Stefanski's scheme. In short, I don't believe Shurmur's Colorado offense had as much NFL overlap in either of those departments, which means that Sanders is going to have to learn from the ground up when it comes to something as simple as being able to memorize and spit out all the verbiage of an NFL play inside the huddle. In the heart of Cleveland's training facility in Berea, Ohio, something unusual is happening. The energy has shifted. The chatter in hallways is different. Coaches are leaning in just a bit more. Cameras are pointed, not just at Deshaun Watson, but at a young quarterback wearing no. 2. Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, son of NFL legend and Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, wasn't supposed to be here this fast. He wasn't even supposed to be a threat to the starting job this early. But walk into the Browns practice bubble, and the buzz is undeniable. This isn't just hype. Inside the building, people are starting to believe he could win the starting job. Not in 2026, not mid-season, but this year. Here's how it's actually possible. Talent doesn't wait. From the first rookie minicamp snap, Shedeur played like he belonged. He didn't flinch. He didn't fumble over verbiage.